All right, what is up, everyone? This is 7 Octoberz here with another lyrical breakdown for the final track from my EP From Xibalba to Aztlan. The final track is Dolores Huerta, is the seventh track on this EP. That ends the EP. I couldn't have picked a better track than to end it with the spoken word track, inspired by Dolores Huerta, a activist for field workers, very inspirational woman. I never really had learned about her. I recently learned about her maybe like a few years ago when she came down here to San Diego to promote her documentary. My parents went to go see it. I didn't get a chance to. And then I decided to watch the documentary when I was doing this EP. I knew I wanted to end it with another spoken word track. I didn't have it yet. Wanted to end it on a positive note. And I was like, you know what, I'm going to watch the documentary. Maybe I'll get inspired. And of course I did. So this inspiration for this track is obviously Dolores Huerta, but it's her story, the documentary, anecdotes about my life and stuff that we see in society and on social media and the media. So all that kind of played into this. So I'll go over this one. This one I don't have the lyrics up here because I actually wrote this by hand. It was one of the only tracks on the EP that I actually wrote on a notepad. So I'll read it off to you guys. I'll play the track first, and then I'll play you guys and I'll read you guys like the lyrics and break them down. But again, this is another one of my favorite tracks on here. Again, it's a spoken word piece. Yeah, let's go ahead and play it here. So it's called Dolores Huerta.
Para que me respeten, vengo de un linaje de mujeres fuertes, sacrificaron sus vidas para nuestra gente, marcharon y organizaron huelgas para cambiar leyes. Dolores Huerta is a living legend, beaten but still used her voice as a weapon, defended her people from oppression, gave the movement direction. She gave hope to the hopeless, voice to the voiceless, giving her roses, the female Moses.
All right, so yeah, so the first verse, or I guess lines, tuve que pelear para que me respeten. I had to fight for them to respect me. Vengo de un linaje de mujeres fuertes. I come from a lineage of strong and empowering women. Sacrificaron sus vidas para nuestra gente. They sacrificed their lives for our people. Marcharon y organizaron huelgas para cambiar leyes. They organized marches to change laws, for our people. Dolores Huerta is a living legend, beaten but still used her voice as a weapon. So I believe there was like an instance where she went to like some sort of protest and she got hit or something like that. So I wrote that she got beaten but still used her voice as a weapon that didn't let her scare her away. Defended our people from oppression, gave the movement direction. So again, she was like a big leader and activist in the equal rights for field workers. She gave hope to the hopeless, voice to the voiceless. I'm giving her roses, the female Moses. So again, I believe not a lot of people that are still alive, like activists, sometimes get the shine they deserve, especially her being a woman. So I want to give her roses right now that she's alive. To thank her for all that she did for people like the field workers who had no one to defend them. So I thought that was really courageous of her, and I admire and I'm inspired by her. So yeah, and then let me go ahead and keep playing the rest of the track here.
Cesar Chavez knew her purpose, a Chicana with inspirational motive, led a cultural revolution and fought for social justice. She always chose words over violence, never afraid to speak her mind, far from silent. Even when brown people were being lynched and hunted, witnessed the death of our future when RFK died. They killed our heroes and our allies.
So again, I go into even Cesar Chavez knew her purpose, so she was kind of related to Cesar Chavez because she was married to her brother, to his brother. Again, a Chicana with inspirational motives. She led a cultural revolution and fought for social justice, straightforward. She always chose words over violence. So again, she wasn't afraid to speak up. Even when brown people were being lynched and hunted, she still spoke up. And she was not named like the president of, I forgot what it is, like of the union or whatever. But again, it's because she was like a woman, so it's hard for people to see that, But she's fucking dope. I want her to know that she is appreciated. I'm pretty sure she knows that. She has her own organization still and everything, but that's where I was inspired. That's what inspired this poem or the spoken word track. And then again, witness the death of our future when RFK died. Robert Kennedy, who was running for, I forgot, he was running for some sort of I want to say it's not mayor, I forgot what it was, but I think he might have been governor, I can recall from the documentary. He was a big ally to the movement that Dolores was doing. So when he got killed, assassinated, again, they try to kill all our heroes and our allies. So that's where that line came from. And then I'll go ahead and keep playing the track here.
Yet we still fight. Our greatness can't be denied. We've been humiliated but survived. We embody brown pride. The media sells you lies, feeds you negative stereotypes. Brown is beautiful, we are divine. We are gods and goddesses, it's in our bloodline. We are meant to thrive. We are the roses that grew from the concrete that stayed alive. We can never die. Me dicen Dolores, una mujer con valores, Chicana, fighting for a purpose, a leader who's determined. Me dicen Dolores, una mujer con valores, Chicana, fighting for a purpose, a leader who's determined. Me dicen Dolores, una mujer con valores, Chicana, fighting for a purpose, a leader who's determined.
Again, so I put, yet we still fight. Our greatness can't be denied. We've been humiliated but survived. We embody brown pride. The media sells you lies. Again, talking about the media, feeds you negative stereotypes. They always try to put negative stuff around our people, and they never really show the positive things that are going on in the community. So that's why I mentioned that. Brown is beautiful. We are divine. We are gods and goddesses. It's in our bloodline. Again, we come from Aztecs, Mayans, who were gods and warriors and all that. We are meant to thrive. We are the roses that grew from the concrete that stayed alive. Again, I'm a huge Tupac fan, so it reminded me of his poem and the book that he has, The Rose That Grew from the Concrete. So that's where I got that from. And then We Can Never Die. And then the hook or the chorus on here on this spoken word track is Me dicen Dolores, una mujer con valores, a woman with values, Chicana and fighting for a purpose, a leader who's determined. So pretty straightforward. I'll go into the second part of the spoken word track here.
Me dicen Dolores, una mujer con valores, Chicana and fighting for a purpose, a leader who's determined. I come from the land of gods, warriors who defeat the odds. Stubborn can't be stopped, la loba who's pure of heart. Pour my flow in my art, dreams are my drug. Put a needle in my veins and you can see the pain. History of murder and racism in my DNA. Mentally enslaved, freedom is what we crave. Was taught to be brave, be proud, never ashamed. My mom taught me to break barriers and chains. Fight for what is right, don't be afraid. Desde niña me dijeron que podía soñar. Aprendí a hacer esto antes de hablar. Ni podía caminar pero quería volar. Mi sueño siempre fue cantar. Mis padres dijeron todo se puede lograr. Me enseñaron que las injusticias se pueden ganar. Errores se pueden perdonar. Nací en este país, pero me tratan como que mis raíces no son de aquí. I love my country, but it doesn't love me. They created a false American dream. Mi gente just trying to live and be free. Remember, we are the architects of our destiny.
All right. So again, I'll go into the rest of the track, but before I keep going, I just want to say shout out to Mindframe again. He did the instrumental for this. Again, I wrote it separate from the instrumental. I had written this as a poem, and then I put the hook in there, and then I recorded it over the instrumental. And then shout out to Kill C Ray for the Si Se Puede sample on there. Thought that was really powerful, and I wanted to end this track for the EP because it has like such a powerful message and positive message at the end, like yes we can type of thing. So yeah. So in the second verse again, I come from a land of gods, warriors who defeat the odds. Stubborn can't be stopped. Again, I'm a very stubborn type of person. I don't give up easily. La Loba, who's pure of heart. That again is another horror reference for the Wolfman. For those who are fans like me of like the Universal monsters, I got that line. It's that line goes, even if a man who's pure in heart and says his prayers by night may become a wolf when the wolf's bane blooms and the autumn moon is bright. So I got that, like I'm La Loba, I'm the wolf who's pure of heart. So a little shout out there here. Pour my soul in my art. Dreams are my drug. Again, I'm big on like following your dreams, not letting people, tell you can't, just fucking do it. And I put a needle in my veins and you can see the pain. History of murder and racism in my DNA. And I kind of got inspired by Kendrick Lamar's song there too as well, DNA. Mentally enslaved. Again, we're taught to like think that we can't, be smarter and succeed, but you got to break away from that, And freedom is what we crave. Was taught to be brave, be proud, never ashamed. My mom always taught me to break barriers and chains, fight for what is right, don't be afraid. So my mom, I'm really close to her. She's like my best friend. She's always taught me to like never let people like step all over you, treat you differently. So she's always instilled that in us. I remember her always like getting in arguments with people at the stores and stuff like that before I used to get like embarrassed. But now I see why she did it. So that's something that was really instilled in me. And then the second part from there, it kind of goes into Spanish, so I'll kind of decipher it for you guys. So I say, desde niña me dijeron que podía soñar. So since I was a little girl, they told me that I can dream. Aprendí a hacer esto antes de hablar. I pretty much learned to dream before I could even talk. Ni podía caminar. I couldn't even walk. Pero quería volar, but I believed I can fly. So again, and the power of your dreams. Mi sueño siempre fue cantar. My dream was always to be a singer, meaning like rapper, whatever, anything in the artistic field. Mis padres dijeron que todo se puede lograr. My parents always told us that anything is possible. So they've always been like that with me and my sisters. They always told us that we can do anything. They were always very uplifting and never told us that we couldn't do something. Me enseñaron que las injusticias se puede ganar. They showed me that injustices can be beaten. Errores se pueden perdonar. Errors or mistakes can be forgiven. Nací en este país. I was born in this country, United States, pero me tratan como que mis raíces no son de aquí, but they treat me like my roots are not from here. So again, I mentioned California is part of Mexico, so that's why I say that they treat me like my roots are not from here, but I am from here. I love my country, but it doesn't love me. They created a false American dream. Mi gente, my people, just trying to live and be free. Remember, we are the architects of our destiny. So that last line, I got it from the documentary, Dolores Huerta. I thought that was a really powerful ending to the documentary. Forgot who the guy was that said it, but he says that we're the architects of our destiny. So I was like, yeah, that's going to be the ending to this poem. So yeah, another one of my favorite tracks. Again, I said probably that about all of them, but they all play an intricate part in the EP. Like I said, listen to it in the order that I put them because it's intentional. I hope you guys take something positive from this project in these difficult times that we're living in with the whole COVID and the quarantine and all that. I just want to uplift people, make people be proud of where they come from. You don't have to be Mexican or Chicano. Just be proud of where you come from. Do your research, learn about your culture, all that stuff. yeah, let me know what you guys think about the overall project. If you guys like this track as well, DM me, comment on the post. Hope you guys are enjoying it. I have merch. Hit me up. So again, from Xibalba to Aztlan, out now everywhere. And yeah, thank you guys for listening in, tuning into the lyrical breakdown. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Peace.